Hudgins has been a mover and a shaker in the creative crafting industry for many years and has turned millions on to the joys of crafting. Perhaps you'll recognize Julianna from her regular appearances on QVC, or perhaps in her many other television and video appearances. Today, Julianna is demoing a real cool recycled jewelry project. I'm delighted to welcome my friend, Julianna Hudgins. Hi, Jules.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to show you, and let me just peek one in here really quick. This is my 3D rose brooch, and it's made with the new Sizzix 3D flower, which happens to be from the Celebration line. I know Eileen is going to be sharing some of her scoreboard dies with you next. So we're going to show you the process, and then I have a bunch of other examples that I want to share with you as well. So using, and Tiffany, thank you so much for having me on. I just love being here. So we are going to be using our Big Shot, and I'm even representing with my shirt. And I'm using one of Tim Holtz's new dies, which everybody is just doing and awing over. This is actually, and let me press enter. Here are all the dies that I'm using. Yeah. Now let's try that. There we go. So this is the new Tim Holtz Tattered Flowers die that I'm using. And I'm also going to be using, here's the recycled part. This is actually a pair of my old jeans. And so I try to keep things to use when I'm working on projects. I don't like to throw much away, but I don't like to collect much either. I get a little overwhelmed. So that's a whole other, Elizabeth can help me with that one. she needs to be my therapist. So we have the cutting pad. We have the die. This is an original die, a big die, which means that it's thick and that it will cut through anything that you can cut with a pair of scissors. So as I mentioned, this is a pair of my old Levi's. And then I'm going to place the next cutting pad so that I have a nice sandwich. Going to place that into my Big Shot, and then I just roll. So what's happening is that the cut, oh, look at this, look how delicious. Now with some materials, this is very normal. You know, you just get like a little thread that you have to nip, but check that out. So there's one of Tim's Tattered Flowers. These are really fun to work with. There's actually 4 of them on this die, and we'll just pluck them all out of here. There's another little baby one. And this is going to be my Heidi challenge, because usually I know what to do with my negatives. But seriously, Sister Heidi, I'm gonna send these things to you so that you can figure out what to do with these remnants, okay? So we're gonna toss that over there and put all of these little guys to the side. And then next, what I'm going to do is cut out the 3D flower. You can kind of see where I was cutting some felt on there before, but there's 2 flower sizes. There's a small and a large. And again, I'm just going to place that on top of the cutting pad. And then I want to make sure that I cover that image completely so you can see that I have the felt. And check this out. I'm not too sure if you can see it, but this is a thicker felt. This is not the 25-cent piece felt that you would get at the craft store. This is more like probably $1 something a piece. So it's that thicker, nice felt. This happens to be from Dimensions. So we're just going to, once again, make that sandwich, place that in, and roll it. And when I take that out, I have, look at this, this is so cool. So amazing. So this is what you're going to use to start your rose. So it's like well, I've kind of manipulated mine to look like a few different flowers. But basically, you can have a rose, you can have a flower. But do you see this round piece right here? This piece where I'm going to take my pinchers and pinch that. And then I just start to pinch and roll. And then I'm just rolling. And periodically what you want to do is you want to take some of your thick white glue. So check that out. See how it's starting to come together and look like a flower? So at this point, let me just get a toothpick, and really quick here. Now don't do this. You're not supposed to take things and stick them into your bottle of glue. You're supposed to put it on a paper plate. So do as I say, not as I do, right? But when no one's looking. So we're just going to put a little bit right there to start to secure this. And then we just keep rolling. And what I really love about using this particular felt is that your flower will be very voluptuous. And again, you're just periodically taking that toothpick, sticking it into some white glue. I'm using the Aleene's Tacky Glue, of course. And we just continue to wrap it around, and every once in a while, you're just going to add some glue. So again, this guy is super voluptuous. He's really, and this is the large one. Okay. And then one more wrap, a couple more glue spots. And don't worry, this white glue will dry clear. So, you know, it'll look really nice and clean when it's all done. So we're just going to put some on his tail here. And, delish. Okay, so there's my finished rose, my finished flower. Isn't that beautiful? So this is a hot pink felt. Again, it's very thick from Dimensions. And then what I would do is layer these flowers. I actually took this one from Tim's die and this guy, layered them on top of each other, and take the flower, and then I would glue all of that together. Now, I'm kind of liking the basic look of just the denim and the flower. So, you know, you could totally do a jewel bling bling, which is really pretty if you want to say, yo, here I am, if you want that jersey look, or something very, you know, clean. I would still put a pearl in that because I love pearls. So let me show you some other examples. By accident, but I guess I shouldn't say it's by accident. So this was a creative opportunity where, you know, remember, as I mentioned, you can cut with your big thick dies, whatever you can cut with a pair of scissors. So leather, suede, metals, mesh, etc. So I knew that I could do 2 layers at a time. So I took a very thin piece of fabric, and then I took my denim to save time, and I cut all of that out. And I was going to do 2 different flowers, except they started rolling together. So look at how cool this is. I hope you can see. This is actually a fabric and denim all together in one big flower, and it just looks really super cool. So that was a creative opportunity, no mistakes, correct? The other thing I did, here's felt, here's that 29-cent a sheet felt. So it still looks fine. You know, it's still, that large one still gives you that voluptuous look. Let me see if I have a small one. Here's a smaller one. Here's the baby one, just done with ribbon. So I pulled out the wire from the ribbon, and then that fit. It was about a 3-inch wide ribbon. So that's really super tiny. And, oh, this is fun. This one right here, this is with ribbon, and then this product right here is actually a pleather. So it's kind of like a vinyl. I picked it up at Joann's. And that's the large flower as well. So as you can see, just depending on the type of product you use, you can get different sized flowers. So this is just a little necklace with some fabric, and then this is the Viva Decor grass, and that cuts right through with the big shot. It's awesome. And then again the flower, and then some ribbon, so you could just do like a little, you know, little choker. And oh, I gotta show you this. Don't go anywhere. So So I just bought this really delicious long necklace because I haven't quite figured out how to make silver yet. But give me time and I will. So I thought, well, how fun if we just add a little something to it. So it's really cool when you just wear this necklace, but if you want to add a little something, look at how cute that is. It's the denim Levi, and it's the vinyl flower, and then I just tied it. Isn't that great? And of course, my signature pearl in the middle there.